didn't eat it. They will go hungry before they eat something that they're unfamiliar with.
I made them their own sandwich yesterday with like turkey and cheese and mustard and mayo. I put the little lettuce stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good.
But yeah, I feel that you are now elevating my standards because I do have low standards of self-care. And I didn't raise you to have high standards of self-care, but somewhere along the road of you forming your identities, you found a value of self-care.
You guys call me a germaphobe.
Yeah, you are.
Like, a part of that I feel like is self-care, because you know what's out there.
You don't need to be exposing yourself to stuff.
That's what I really feel like it is these days. Like, just growing up in these times.
You are exposing yourself.
Anything.
You could pet a dog and die.
Exactly.
So you're right. You're right. So you do got to be, because I talked to someone today and about, possibly working together, and they were like, I had to meditate and pray on it, and, I had to come to the space of, okay, I am supposed to work with you. It wasn't like, hey, can we work together? Sure. And we're not compatible because neither one of us use our intuition. We just connected on something surface. And we jump in head first into something surface all the time. I know I do. I just got out of something. And so the moment it starts feeling good, we're all in. But it always feels good in the beginning because that's the reason why it attracted into us. Things that don't feel good don't attract into us, right? We repel it. So everything has to feel good to us to a certain degree in order to enter into our space.
Yeah, to give up the non-negotiables.
Yeah, because we all have standards until it's wrapped up in...
Oh, I'm married now.
Huh?
Well, that was my scenario. A wife would let go of her non-negotiables for her husband.
Hold on. Michael and Kaden! Michael and Kaden! Cut it out! Oh, my Lord. So, yeah, I think that you're now teaching me how to level myself up in other areas. So I appreciate it. I won't fight you. Because if I do stop eating scraps, then that means the means must provide themselves in order for me to expand my life. In a story that I told another mother who messaged me and was asking me about how she could manifest money, I was like, girl, if I knew how to manifest money, I'd be manifesting money. But the story that I told her was, in essence, manifesting money, because you were at the first home daycare that you were at, Miss Bernadette. She came into the store. You were at her daycare, and she had hired these hood ghetto chicks. And this bitch was big. She was... You rarely see people her size walking around. That's how big she was. And she hired her, and she had all the energy to go with it. But I mean, when she would try to probably throw her arm, she probably couldn't. Her reach wasn't that far. We just think big people gonna do something because they big, but they reach is only so far in the maneuverability, and that's just the untrained big person. I'm not talking about the heavyweights. But what I'm saying is, I could have took her. But it was all about a car seat. I was supposed to pick up Brylan. They left Brylan's car seat. Some other kid, their car seat. I go pick up Brylan and I say, where's her car seat? And they're like, that's her car seat. I'm like, are you sure? And they said, yes. Well, you already know how I get down. I put my control in place. I said, are you sure? So anyway, I get home and they call me and they're like, hey, can you bring the car seat back? That's actually somebody else's car seat. I was like, I live all the way in East Mesa, and Miss Bernadette's over by Renee.
And Brylan's here. Did you drop off the car seat at Bryland's house, or you took it in your car and you just
Okay, I lost. How did...
You said Bryland.
I know. I might be telling...
Did you mean Bailey?
I know who you are, but how did I get the car seat? Because where did Bryland go? Stop asking questions I can't answer right now. There was a child. Somehow I had an unfamiliar car seat. And I don't remember whose car seat it was. And how did I get the kid or the car seat but no kid? Maybe there was no... Anyway, I had a freaking car seat. This is a detail that I cannot recall right now, and I'm not going to spin myself in a circle to recall it. But what I'm saying is, they called me like, hey, can you bring the car seat back? It's actually somebody else's car seat. And I was like, unfortunately, I live 30, 40 minutes away. I'm not driving all the way back for your error. That was your error. I even confirmed with you that this was the right car seat, and you said it was. If you didn't know, you should have said you didn't know. And so I'm not coming back. Well, that just turned into a good old ghetto monkey mess, because first they tried to gaslight me and make it seem like it was. So now they got to drive home without a car seat. I was like, no, there's a perfectly fine car seat right there. We'll just switch tomorrow. And they were like, no, they didn't. I was like, Lonnie, today, that's their choice. They could work this out. I wouldn't even went back and forth with you. I'd be like, no, I confirmed. Unfortunately, you did not know and handle your business on your end. Therefore, this is your failure to fix, not mine. Good night. Good night. But, I was just like, whatever. So the next day I go and drop you off at work. And old girl, linebacker ass, is walking up on me and she's like punching her fist into her other... Yeah, that's the way she walking up on me. Girl is punching her hand into her fist when...
Your cake.
Yeah, at the daycare.
Your cake.
Yeah, so at the daycare, and I was like, hold on, this is a daycare. We're not...
Your date.
Anyway, we're in a professional setting, and you stop.
Can you please go?
We're in a professional... You need to stop climbing on people. You're too old for that now, okay? You can sit next to people, not on people.
Why?
Because you're too old.
It's inappropriate.
I'm not old.
It's inappropriate and...
At your age group.
Ooh.
Anyway, I was like...
Why are you making a video? Never mind, go ahead.
I was like, my child's not safe here. I was like, well, I'm not bringing my kid back. So it wasn't like you were there because that $100 a week, my God, but she had all the other.
And if she put Ajax in my bottle or something.
No, I didn't think that she would do something like that.
You don't think so?
No.
Poison me in spite of you.
No, it wasn't that. It was her employees. It wasn't Miss Bernadette.
Not Miss Bernadette. The employee girl.
The employee girl. Ooh, I don't know.
What made you not want... Were you trying to be petty? What's going on here?
She walked up on me. Yeah, she pulled up on me.
So you were like, I don't feel safe bringing my daughter here.
I don't think I was that self-aware at that time. I was like...
You think that she would be harming me?
Yeah.
You thought it was more like, oh, she came to me. I don't feel safe.
No, okay. So you keep asking me questions that are making me think. Thank you. I appreciate it. But the reason why I chose to no longer take you there, because I just took you with me. I didn't leave you. So something in me knew that it's not smart to leave your child with the enemy one last time. But I was like, this. Do you know who I am?
Then it's good that she was still very like, oh, I used to babysit you.
Yeah, because it was never really any beef between me and Miss Bernadette. It was, I'm sorry, but you employing goons. Yeah, walking up on me, hitting your fist in your palm at the workplace because I took a car seat that you told me to take.
Like, what about my child going home in a car seat?
Yeah, or somebody. I don't know how I had the car seat.
Was the car seat broken? Was yours broken?
No, there was nothing wrong with the car seats. They were just saying, whatever. New parents. You're not supposed to share car seats, and you're not supposed to reuse car seats. You're not supposed to all these different things about car seats. So I don't know. what their motivation was. Anyway, what I'm saying is the whole reason why I'm telling this story is because the lady asked me how to manifest money. Because she's living in a place where it's not safe for her and her children. Like, I don't know about inside. I think it's just her and her kids inside. But on the outside, it's not safe for her and her children. And so she's like, how can I manifest money? And I was just like, please go.
It'll bite me.
All of you need to keep your hands and your teeth to yourself, but nobody does. So somebody's got to break the cycle. And then until you break the cycle, do not bring me into it. We all know what it is because you're choosing it. Please leave.
Leave her alone.
And stay away from Angel. That's how you break the cycle.
You stop playing with her like that. Back on topic. You brought it up because...
Yeah.
I was asking you a question.
She doesn't feel safe. How do you manifest money? And I was like, I just remember when my girl, she was at this daycare, and I had to put her in a daycare that charged more money just because I couldn't take her to the home daycare anymore. So I just did it. And guess what? We still lived. We didn't miss a meal. You know, things still... The money was found. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then at that daycare, every week I picked you up. You had a serious injury. Somebody bit the crap out of your chest. You probably still got a scar.
Imagine what happened. What was the story?
Just a kid bit you.
Just because? Like I got attacked?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I wish I knew.
But
I wonder if I got punked on and someone just like got up. Like that's very intimate.
Yeah, and you were supposed to be crawling through something and some kid kicked you in your eye, so you had a black eye. Oh, yeah. So you might have been...
Right.
Yeah, you might have been there not even a month. And I was like, I gotta move her again. And for some reason...
But were they mostly my situations? I don't remember this type of stuff.
I don't know how you got a black eye, but my child's not going to a daycare where circumstances can happen where she's getting a black eye. Because sometimes, like you said, it's not the kid doing it. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I'm picking you up, but it ain't a little penny Annie. Oh, she got a little owie. No, you had a freaking... You probably still have a scar on your chest at 18. Chomp out of your chest.
I don't. Stop. Don't put that on me. Yeah. I know. They probably grew over it.
Man, I'm saying every 7 years you got a new body, so thank God. But, you know, and then you had a black eye. I wasn't waiting around for the Goocher Gotcher. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
And so I moved you again. So what I'm saying is that's how you manifest money. You just believe for more and you move in more. And when you move in more, when me and my husband got together, he was on Section 8. I know, right? The man who pulled himself up from homelessness was on Section 8, taking advantage of the system. Anyway, he's paying $79. We were paying under $100 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. That's why our asses was 6 deep in a one-bedroom apartment. We were like, shoot, $79 a month? How many people can we fit in here?
79?
I believe so.
$79?
Yes.
At Sterling Point?
Yes.
$79?
Girl, and I fucked it up with my uppity ass.
$79?
Yes.
That's it?
Girl, the lick.
Why?
Section 8. I don't know how it works, but if you live below a particular poverty line at the time he did when he signed up for it, you don't want to be able to qualify for that stuff. But at the time he qualified for it, but because my husband did not stay in that space, he continued to elevate himself, but he did not notify Section 8. He was living in his one-bedroom apartment by himself, and we moved our asses in, paying $79 a month. And then I told him, if we plan on qualifying for anything in the future, we can no longer stay on Section 8. So you need to get off of it. And so we got off of it, and then our rent went up to $700. Which, you know, I was working full time. He was working full time. You know, you already know how them lefty days go. So he was guapping up. And so that 700 was easy. We were able to pay off $50,000 worth of debt in 1 year in a 12 calendar month year. I know I'm gonna start working in January.
Maybe he needs to feel motivation from his household. He doesn't feel anybody doing any work.
Yeah, I see.
He just wants to sit down too because everybody else is sitting down.
I see. I'm gonna get a job in January.
Yeah, so go to Hawaii.
I know, I got plans. And if the plans don't align with
Turks and Caicos,
right, we about to do all the things in 2024. Why? Because life is going to make room for us, and we're going to book the flights. We're going to do the things, and life's going to make it happen. And if circumstances, just like our trip to Jamaica was supposed to happen in 2022, but we bought the insurance or whatever where we were able to move it to accommodate. So, you know, life makes room for whatever. So anyway, we're at $700. And, you know, I'm pregnant with Michael. And so we're like, we can't add another body. And we had bed bugs because his kids brought bed bugs into the house. Like, how shiesty are you? I don't care. Because they didn't know they did that. How your kids not know that they brought bed bugs over to your house? Come on now. That was some malicious ass stuff. Anyway, still pissed about that. Anyway, so I'm pregnant with Michael. We had to throw all our furniture away because we got bed bugs, and we move into this spot. So we go from $79 to $700 to $1,200. Anyway, I'm going to stop counting up the rent at this point. But what I'm saying is, every time our dream grew and we took action on it, universe made a way for it to happen. Even now, I don't know how my husband's paying the rent. I'm not asking no questions. It ain't my business. I ain't never had to pay the rent before, and damn it, I'm not paying it now. When I go get this job, it's because I want to take my ass to Turks and Caicos for our birthday. I ain't getting no job to pay no goddamn bills. That is not my part of agreement. I don't care how selfish you guys think that I am. Now, I will help pay bills. But my husband, I think I have made it very clear to him. I am not his bailout system. He better figure this shit out on his own. He, as a man, allowed this to happen to his household, so he, as a man, needs to figure out how to get it out. And I have made it very clear to him that I am not helping him. And not in an ugly way, with my ass still ain't got a job kind of way. The fuck? I think my husband out here borrowing money to pay the bills. I don't know, and I don't care. Why? Because he need to figure this shit out. That's his job. That was our agreement. Now, come January, I'm gonna go get me this job, right? Get a job. I'm here. I'm finally here. And I'm gonna grind that shit out because I'm just like, okay, I'm done living small. Like my daughter said, you don't have to eat trash. Just because trash available to eat doesn't mean you need to eat trash. And what she means by that is stop accepting the scraps in your life. Stop accepting the least in your life. Just because you are a woman or a mother or we even fix their plates before we fix our own plate when we're the ones who did all the cooking. Not me, because I don't cook. But all of you guys, you do all the cooking and then you fix your plate last. And of the last of the plate that you fix, it's the scraps. So we are programmed to feed ourselves scraps.
Yeah, stop doing that to yourself.
Yeah, my kids brought in bed bugs from daycare. They seen them bugs, Leah. Single my kids come first. Man, they saw them bugs. Yes, all of our kids come first. We're programmed for our kids to come first. We're programmed For look, I don't make no plates. He make my plate, I make his plate. When I say weird, let me take my ass out the equation, because I ain't ever... Shoot, it was hard work trying to be that girl. It was hard work trying to be that girl to follow all the black woman rules. I couldn't keep up, because I wasn't raised in the black woman rule energy. I was raised by everybody, whoever was raising me. And so it was very difficult for me to fall in line. And one of those things was, make his plate or all these different things. However far you want to take that catering to your man energy. That was never instilled in me. And so it's also a pride point that somewhere Bailey picked up, that looking out for others spirit. Because I've always looked out for her. Hers feels way more gentle than mine, though.
Is that what you want?
No, that's not what I want. I was just looking at you.
Thank you, Mom.
Like, you're really giving and caring and, you have a good heart. And I do too. Mine was just a little bit more to get to. I'm just now revealing my heart at 42. And you're showing yours at 18, so you were able to chisel through your stuff, your hardness.
I am trying.
Yeah, so I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh, gluten ass. I'm proud of you. And so, why did we get on here?
Because you were telling a long story?
I know I was telling a long story about finances. So anyway, just keep growing. Just keep believing. I know, look, I went down a rabbit hole yesterday, and I don't even know how I got on the rabbit hole I was on, but it was on ascensions, right? I always talk about how we're ascending, and so now I understand that there's another level of ascending. Like, there's ascensions, and then there's ascensions, and then God dang it, you done jumped dimensions looking ass. But I also believe that we're always jumping dimensions. I'm actually catching videos of deja vus. Me and Bailey were sitting in the room. Hopefully she has it on video. Me and Bailey were sitting in the room, and Dre walks up to Angel and he says, "Why are you sitting here?" And they have their back and forth. And like 5 minutes later, Dre comes back and he's like, "Why are you sitting here?" And I look at Bailey and I was like, is he having the exact same conversation with her that he just had like 5 minutes ago? And she's like, yes. And I'm just like tripping. And of course, there's all these different factors that we can't explain this phenomenon away. But in the space that I live and exist in, I am either watching my husband glitch out, or I'm capturing some sort of energetic way of cracking this code and figuring out what our ascensions look like. Because if you Google, and you can tell the people who Googled their answers, and they appeal to the people who like the people who Google their answers, that's their audience. But the people who really know their stuff, because how do you know that? I just know. And the people who like Google people, the people who like people who read books and who could spout facts and quote verses and stuff like that, those people discount the I just know knowledge. But the people who just know, and they spit that stuff off because they just know, and they're just like, damn, I believe you. Where'd you find that out? I just know. Oh, because I have been trained to discount that which does not check these boxes. I no longer believe you. I was with you until you told me you didn't go to college. I was with you until you told me that you used to sell drugs. I was with you until you told me that you were a stripper. I was with you until you told me XYZ. Do you understand how you are trained to dismiss knowledge simply because Someone does not check a bias of yours, because I was with you until is a bias. It is a separation key. They have many. The way that they keep us separated and constantly judging each other and competing against each other is because I was with you until. Let me read this person. When you really reading somebody, you ain't telling them the obvious. That's why you cheating on your wife. Well, that's the obvious. Throw something at me that I'm really, really closeted about, that can't nobody find out unless they could see inside my soul. If you gonna read me, read me. But a lot of y'all ain't willing to do the work to be able to do that. So y'all just get your little, run my mouth points. I'm looking at this video of Lil Meech. And this one hit home because my nails are always dirty. I don't know why. But, it's a video of Lil Meech, or a picture, and he's showing off his clothes. And someone's like, oh my God, like not someone, many people, as if now that I put the comment up, it's not redundant. Like, why are y'all racing to be redundant? Yeah, I see it too. What else do you see? What do you see that nobody else sees? How about you be that person? But we racing to be like, oh, I see it too, me too, me too. Oh, follow me looking ass. But then his nails are dirty. Do you know how much you have to zoom into a faraway picture to see that somebody's nails are dirty? Why are you so fucking bored that you are zooming into pictures to be the first person to hate at the most microscopic thing? There was this girl, apparently I just read the little caption, I don't know these people. Apparently she lost some weight. Sis was looking good, had on her little black dress. I go into the comments. I really like reading comments now. I used to never read comments because I was superior, and now I understand that there's a whole classroom in said comments. I love reading the comments now. So I go into the comments and I'm just like, okay. Anyway, I go into the comments and someone says, hold on. Oh, someone says, oh my gosh, her toes are over the ends of the shoe. I was like, this beautiful black woman, flawless, feeling herself. Stop. Please go. Feeling herself, thinking she is the coldest thing walking the face of the earth. And you as another black woman had to come in and zoom in as close as you could. She'd be like, oh my God, her toes are hanging over the front of her shoes. We are so just ready to attack each other and don't even see it. What are we talking about, Bailey?
None of that. Keep your train off.
You're done?
I want tacos. I told you.
Oh, how are we going to get tacos? Am I supposed to go get tacos?
Yeah, Mom, you should. I can tell you what to put on it and then you can get it.
You just ate. No, I just said that I had to be your transportation. You mean I gotta go get the damn taco?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
No, you're asking me to do too much. I'll meet you halfway, but I'm not actually going into nothing.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. Are you calling your stepdaddy? Do the stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. Y'all know there was a song actually called Do the Stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. Man. Yeah, so I realize I'm going through an ascension.
Can you just turn it off now?
No, I'm doing me. I'm in my room. Why can't I do me in my room, Bailey?
Why can't we do each other in private?
I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking about my ascension.
This is called living, Mom.
Yes, and I'm doing it in front of my camera because I want to download messages, and that's what brings me joy. I'm sorry if my joy impedes. What about my husband?
He's not answering.
No.
Use your phones. Like, why do people do this weird behavior and they want you to rely on them too?
Why are you in a stinky energy?
Because you're not.
How many times do you call him and he doesn't answer? It is a rare.
Literally, I just told you
Well, maybe
whole story how I got stranded.
Oh yeah, because he fell asleep. Oh yeah. Well, anyway.
Man's got a track record.
He does. Anyway, I'm in the midst of an ascension, and a byproduct of said ascension is just questioning WTF.
He answered.
And so.
Did you hear that?
Oh.
Hi, are you done? What are you doing?
Avoiding his family.
Oh, well, can you stop at Chipotle? Can you stop at Chipotle?
Y'all get out of my room. Put my pillow back. It's not a toy. Why are y'all playing tug of war over the pillow? Stop it. Both of you let go now. Gone. You put the pillow back unless you're going to sit on it, and you go as well.
Yeah.
Scoot, scoot, scoot. You're moving in the wrong direction.
Because one.
You're moving in the wrong direction. I didn't tell you to take a seat. I told you to leave.
I get more Thursday.
You can be upset outside of my room. Yo, and then neither one of you closed my door.
Not really.
Stop pulling on your shirt like that. You don't tell him to go. You go as well.
So what? What do I need to get?
Alright, so anyway.
What bills?
Ooh, I saw your video about Chris Brown. I left a comment. Yes,
really,
he's in his masculine.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because I was... He turned into like he's a bad motherfucker right now. Like, if I'm thinking energy-wise, right? If I'm thinking energy-wise, he is a bad motherfucker right now who knows who the fuck he is, like, from the front. Even if he did have a dependency, it's because he chose it. And now that he's choosing something different, he just wants to experience. Like, he just is like, yeah, I respect the energy he's walking in right now. Yes, very masculine. His face structure and all. I feel it. I do too. It's sexy. Now that you think about energy-wise, it's sexy. I'm like, okay, Chris Breezy. That makes all of his ability to just do the things that he does.
I mean, if you tell me how much it is, I can
even more interesting. That's pretty cool. It's cool that this is possible. It is so cool. The things that I am coming to realize that are really happening. It's really cool. I've always been a fan to see him now. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely earned my respect through perseverance. So he really manifested some things, right? He pulled himself all the way up from ostracization. Like, he was a child. Everybody acts like kids don't make mistakes. He was a child. And I'm not discounting what he did, but what was he, 18? Like, in the industry since 15, like, guaranteed if anybody was raising him, they stopped raising him at 15. So that means the industry had him for 3 years and were really mad at him being a product of all that. Using his hands to when he grew up in a home where that is what it looked like. Yeah. So y'all, he's been in the room with conversations about you not working, but
he's been so weird lately. I've been trying to wave to him goodbye, and he ain't doing anything this morning.
Oh yeah, he's in the midst of an ascension too. Yeah. Anyway, so he should
have been looking to my corner.
Amazing. Yes, he's paid his dues. It's revolution time, baby. Or now. I don't know why I said now. Man, You feel it. I'm really excited because I feel it too. All is well. He's becoming. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, friend. I'm happy we connected on that point. Yes, Kaden. That Chris Brown has jumped into timelines, dimensions, whatever, and everybody wants to, his complete facial structure has changed. Like, he's a whole different being, and everybody's like, he's a clone. But I was questioning the clone thing because that one guy who says that he's a clone, he looks like he might be white. Yes.
I don't know. Well, I need a new channel.
Okay. With the colorful hair,
Tekashi 6ix9ine?
No, he's some other white boy, but he's brown, so he might not be white. But anyway, he says that he's a clone.
Ooh.
I don't know. Just look up the white boy, the white rapper who says he's a clone.
No.
It'll come up. Well, then you're not that curious. Stop asking questions you don't want the answer to. So anyway, he's a clone, and he admits he's a clone. So, if they was cloning sheep in the 80s, then they're cloning people by 2023. Let's go. Let's not be foolish. And so, but Chris Brown's not that.
Oh, him?
What's his name?
Not sure. I've never seen this one.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, yes. Okay. Kid Boo. Yeah, I don't know who Kid Boo is, but
He's 35. He's almost 30.
And maybe he made his... Please stop. Oh, maybe he made his mark by that being his story that he's a clone. Whether or not it's true or not, it doesn't matter. Is it possible? Yes. Everything is freaking possible. Yeah, Black China jumped timelines too.
She's almost as old as you too.
But Black China became a completely different person.
She was born in 88.
Yeah, she's a little bit younger than me. But Black China's another one. Everybody's just like, oh, all these different things. No.
She's just mature.
When their entire philosophy shifts, it's because they had some sort of an ascension awakening. They jumped timelines, something happened. In order to start this process, because, someone who is teaching me was saying that most of the time people go through something very traumatic or near death in order to jump into. And so what I was thinking was maybe you just go through such an energetic shock that you just abandon the body. And that's how you pass on in that timeline. And so, I don't know. What am I looking at? Cardi B? Exotic Dancers? Dita Von Treese? Gypsy Rose? Anna Nicole Smith? Bernie Baker?
Famous strippers.
Oh. You gonna interrupt my thought process for that?
I was looking for more. There's a lot of
What was I talking about? So, cloning.
Make me sweat. Make me wanna. Make me use my breath.
She's pretty.
Yeah, Tyler.
Mm-hmm. Some of this stuff I hear now, it makes sense. It's a bop. It used to be where the producer could carry the song and the rapper really didn't have to, but it has now skirted into a space of WTF. It's a really scary space. It's not even music anymore. I don't know what it is. But okay, yeah, people who have jumped timelines. So those people who totally, Brittany Renner, we're gonna watch her. I think that's her name. She used to be, she went for the Superhead title, but it didn't work out for her. I guess you can't. There's only one Corinne Steffens. Can't duplicate that, sis. And so, Corinne Steffens is another one where she made a complete 180. That's why we see these women who came up the way that they had to come up in order to survive. How can I get the life that I want based on the things that I have? Well, dang it, I look good. What is a pathway for someone who looks good? And then we're mad at all the look-gooders who did the look-good pathway. And then we're mad at all the plain Janers who did the plain Jane pathway. Nobody's totally fulfilled, but we reach a point, and the beautiful thing is my daughter is reaching the point at 18. I reached a point at 40 to live my life according to my own terms. And the plain Jane in me I did the, heels and too tight clothes in my 20s. I'm not going to do that again. It's uncomfortable. I don't understand how anyone chooses to wear female clothes. Like, y'all out there choosing to dress like a female? All that. Man, more power to y'all, because I'm running from it. But, we're all out here having ascensions and becoming different versions of ourselves. I'm in the midst of an ascension, and yesterday I wanted to quit. I'm just like, why am I showing up? And then I went down the rabbit hole where they said a byproduct of being in the midst of an ascension is you just don't know what's going on. You don't know head from tails, and you want to quit. I was just like, okay, in addition to some other pointers that they pointed out, not the people who Googled what symptoms of an ascension are, but the people who have actually experienced ascensions or talked to other people who have experienced ascensions, and you feel it. I didn't feel everyone. When I first got in there, I was just like, oh, because it was me getting information. It appealed to, something has to appeal to the flesh in order for it to reach your soul. Your flesh is your filtration system. But if your filtration system is all messed up because you are consuming a bunch of BS, everything gets into your soul. So you have to constantly be putting, this is your armor, right? You got to constantly be upgrading your armor to protect your soul, because once it penetrates your soul, it's a done deal. It becomes a part of you. And so when I first got in there, it appealed to my flesh. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. But as I flipped through the videos, I even found this one sis, her content had me how people be on my content. I was like, oh, I can't like too many videos, or I can't leave too many comments. I don't want to feel like a stalker. Like, her content had me like, and I knew she was real. She wasn't this. There was one sis who jumped timelines where she got on an airplane with a bunch of her friends, and when she got off the airplane, her friends were talking about how they missed the flight. She's like, no, I was on the flight with you. So one sis was her, and I felt her authenticity. I may be wrong, but it felt right. Whatever was true in her, to believe that it was true, touched in what I needed to feel to believe in the truth in me. Y'all take that how you choose to take that. Because Spirit said, what if it comes out later that she was wrong? And then you'll try to finagle your way out of that. Well, no. Truth is subjective. So if my truth is based on my field of awareness right now, or even if I'm making up a lie, something within me caused me to make up that particular lie. And that's a part of the truth. And so maybe that's the truth that I aligned with, but they had to tell that lie, appeal to my flesh, in order for me to get to that piece of truth. So there's always, when you are a truth seeker, there's always truth to be sought. I'm just gonna count the change right now, huh?
Joy's taking way too long. I gotta do what I can.
So anyway, then there was another chick where she said she jumped timelines because her son was having a seizure, and her son, okay, so her receipts are, she has a series of pictures. You know how your picture, it does those shots? So she has a series of pictures that her phone took unbeknownst to her, because her phone just takes pictures all of a sudden. You know how we energetically affect our electronics. So
I don't want the headphones.
Okay, leave my headphones alone. Leave my headphones alone. So anyway, she has a series of pictures, and in one of those pictures, all taken with the same timestamp, she disappears from the picture. Where'd sis go? Well, those of us who know, sis went back to go save her child. You know what I'm saying? Something happened energetically where she had to leave the picture timeline and go into another timeline in order to save her child, in order for her to be the person who she is today. That's a really rough explanation because I'm just now coming into my field of awareness of timeline jumping. And it's beautiful that I'm in the space where I can go into those videos where, you know, they're talking about quantum realms and all these different things. And there was a time where none of those videos made sense, but now I'm in the field of awareness where those videos make sense, and now I can digest them and then come into another space of people telling the exact same story, just using a simpler language. And now I can apply both of those understandings and come up with, boom, okay, now this is how all of this can make sense to me, formulating my truth based on their truth based on their truth. And so I don't know what's on the other end.
Yes. Can you go get me two plastic sandwich bags from the kitchen?
I don't know what's on the other end of this ascension, but I'm very excited. I mean, it's difficult to keep going, but it's cool. I know what I've done to create these circumstances, so I know what I need to do to uncreate these circumstances. And so I'm going to expand myself. I think I've kept myself in this space long enough for me to create faith. You understand, faith is not created in times of ease. Faith is not created in times of squeeze. Faith is created in times where you are being so pressed that you feel like you can't get any lower. And somehow, universe gets you a little lower. And the beautiful thing, and this is what happened to my black one. And the beautiful thing about the awareness that things happen for you, not to you, is that as all these things start, okay, can you please, we don't have to do this every time. We know you get upset and you're mad. We don't have to do it every time.
Teach him different, Mom.
I'm trying to teach him different. I keep trying to approach him different ways, and eventually I'll dial in, but today it is. We already know, so you don't have to do it. Save yourself some time. So anyway, you always interrupt me, Bailey.
Don't forget me.
Times are not made out of squeeze.
Yeah, faith shouldn't be squeezed. Faith is when you're pressed so low you don't think you get any lower, but somehow universe gets you lower. But the beauty of knowing that this is happening for you, not to you, instead of playing the victim, wasting all that time in victimhood, why me, woe is me, why do you hate me energy, you are in the energy of thank you, gratitude. Why is this happening? What can I take from this? What lessons can I pull from this that I know that nothing happens without a reason? So since I am experiencing this, what can I take away from this? And now you're going through all this pressing and bending and folding with purpose. And so now when you come out the other end, you're a new being. And that's how you ascend. And so I just really,
Michael, do you want this?
I hope that I have figured some. If we're giving change away, you know that's just going to end up all over the house.
I'll take it. Thank you. It's kind of heavy. Finally got money.
Anyway. All right, y'all. I made some points. Y'all have a great night.